It's the AJ and McCall show.
After the show!
So if you saw someone, a coworker, let's say, hypothetically, cleaning out their space, their workspace, what would you make of that?
That they're done.
Yeah.
That would be my safe guess as well, that they're quit, fired, called it, said not nice things to the boss, sneaking out, stealing, I don't know. None of them positive.
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
I mean, in this day and age, and with all this crap going on, I guess.
In this pandemic.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
That they're,
Crushed it.
Wonderful.
Nailed
Thank
it.
you for taking me on that
maybe
journey.
they're just permanently working from home.
I
Maybe.
thought you were going to say something in this day and age you can understand, but like, what if people went in there and touched all their stuff? They don't know. They ain't been here.
Well, I mean, it's not like it stays on their stuff forever.
What if someone, but as far
Only
as they
for
know,
like 17
people are constantly
years.
in there touching their stuff.
Don't touch my stuff.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
How dare you touch my
You
stuff?
don't think anyone's in there touching their stuff? I disagree. People are in that studio all the
I don't
time.
think that they're touching the stuff on the wall.
I think
No.
they're bink bonking it as much as they want because whatever they want to
Bink-bonking
do.
it.
Nobody's in there. Nobody's been in there since freaking March.
That's funny.
Nah, there's people that have gone in there, but I'm just saying.
Okay,
I
the
went over
person's
and
supposed
I
to be in there.
I went over and I licked stuff that was in there, so.
There you
I'm just
go.
kidding.
I
I'm
feel
just
bad.
kidding.
You might want to.
I'm just kidding. How dare you?
Okay, here's a question for you, boss. If one of your subordinates did that, just cleaned out their stuff, didn't say a thing, how you react to that? Because as far as I know, nothing's come of it. And I'd be like, okay, that's curious. Like, you calling it? Like, you took all your stuff home.
First, I'd be like, great, all the stuff's gone.
All right. His
Sweet.
And then
cleanliness
two,
is
I'd be
kicked
like,
in.
Wait a
Oh,
second.
wait a second.
Oh, I'll just assume you quit.
That's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing. Like, I clean up stuff in the studio, and I'll clean up this lovely little area, and producer Butters will literally go, huh, you should clean this up. Like, I just did. I literally just cleaned it up. Huh. Well.
You just move the big spread out pile into one little pile.
This hose job over here.
That's not how you use that phrase.
Sure is. I use the phrase however I darn well please.
Incorrectly.
Well, you can fight me.
I'm telling you, that's not how you use it.
You don't know my life.
I do know.
You don't.
Yeah, I do.
You don't.
Whether I choose to or not.
Absolutely
It
not.
is not voluntarily participating in
Nope.
what's going on in your life. You're
Nope.
like, all right, let me beat you over the head with new information. It's like being waterboarded with talking. That's what's being
This
in the
is
same
a
room
host
as you.
job.
That's not how you use it.
Yep.
Last question for you, producer Butters, who has the most quizzical look on his face right now.
That's just how you use it. You
Do you
good?
have to ask a question before I ask mine?
No, I don't
You're-
need to.
You're good? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, just making sure. Is this going to come up in your meeting tomorrow?
About being a host job?
Both. That, McCall's incorrect for use of the phrase hose job, and,
yeah,
and
I'm
a
sure.
studio being cleaned
I'm
out.
sure you guys will be brought up too.
Oh, probably.
Hey, okay, well, you know what? Pin in that for later, because I have thoughts on that. But pin in that
Hard
for
save,
later.
but that's okay.
Okay, what would be the best scenario, most hilarious in a Truman Show type situation? We're watching Producer Butter's life. What would be funnier, to have him lost in a place where he doesn't speak the language, or lost in a place he does speak the language, but it's dangerous?
I'm going to
A
say
la Would You Rather Wednesday.
I'm going to say it's going to be better to see him in a place where he can't speak the language.
I concur 100%.
Because
get
you'll just get so so frustrated.
People be mad. Yes.
He'd be mad,
I'll be
real
like,
mad.
fine, don't talk to me.
Fine. I don't want to talk to
I'll
you
find
anyway.
my own way.
I don't understand what you're saying.
People would be like, this guy's a moron.
At least I know how to flip somebody off.
Be hilarious.
I believe that is universal.
Be so
That's
funny.
great.
I mean, I don't think that's going to help you get anywhere,
No.
but
And I'm pretty sure no is universal too. So
For the most part.
no.
I mean, the head nods you could do.
That means no. When you do that, that means no, Producer Butters.
Over under on how many seconds it takes before he really gets
4.
mad.
It wouldn't take very long.
Talk to the first person. Enraged.
It would actually
Excuse me.
It'd probably be like the third or fourth person.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, what if they all spoke different languages?
Oh. Right.
That would just really mess me up.
Because then you're like, okay, I don't even know where I'm at.
What language are you
That sounds
speaking?
like Russian.
would be
That was
totally-
Swahili.
I would be totally lost because I'd be looking for the mountains and be like, okay, so that's north,
Dude,
that's
okay, story
Fair.
time. When I went to Texas with Dustin, it is open, it is flat. I have no idea where I'm going and no idea. Dustin's like, what direction are we going now? And I fell asleep while we were in like Colorado, and there are mountains there.
That's factual.
And then we drove through Colorado into Texas. I woke up in the middle of Texas somewhere, and I was like, what direction are we going? Dustin's like, south. I was like,
How long
doesn't
were you
feel like
asleep?
south.
Isn't Colorado above Oklahoma?
I don't know. Do I look like I know maps?
How do you look at a map?
I'm looking at a map. Hold up. Because I know we had to go through like Pueblo and go down, or Cortez and all
I was
that
gonna
jazz.
say like Boise and East Idaho. Throw me off.
Oh, New Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay, technically is slightly above Oklahoma.
Because
We didn't go that far over.
Because Boise, like the mountains are east-west,
Suppose
Uh-huh.
it's not that bad.
and kind of so like East Idaho is
Uh-huh.
more like they go like northeast, southwest, if that makes sense.
Just look at the
It's just-
sun. What time of day is it? Is
I
it
don't
setting
look at
or
the sun,
rising?
I look at the mountains.
Yeah, but the sun
That's
is
how I do it,
universal.
too.
Mountains are not universal.
No.
The sun rises in the east, it sets in the west.
Dude, I literally thought my house was facing north for like,
Look, when you've grown up looking at the
Yeah,
mountains
you just
all
know-
your life,
yeah.
you just look at them.
you base them
Just-
off of the mountains.
just, you know what? You've also grown up with the sun your entire life. Fun
yeah,
fact,
but
it's
you,
been
but
there.
you don't pay attention to that. You just
I
pay
mean,
attention to the mountains.
I mean,
'cause we
half
have,
of the year you can't even see the stupid thing, so what does it matter?
yeah, because it's like foggy and inversion-ish.
Yeah.
No, I feel that because when I thought my house was facing the north when I lived in Vernal for a long time because the mountains here run north-south, right?
Right.
And so I thought I was facing the north because the mountains were this way. However, I was not facing the north. I was facing the west. And so I was very very confused for a very long time. I was like, this is just how it is. They're just this way. Dustin was like, no. It's literally like a year of us living in Vernal in our house. And I was like, okay, so which way to go? And he's like, go south. And I was like, how do I go south? Like, do I have to go down to this road and go south? Or do this way and go south? And he's like, no, dude, like, you just take a left. Like, boop, south. Boop. It's like, no. I don't get it.
And see, if I get lost in Salt Lake, I know if I just go east or west, eventually I'll get onto one of the freeways.
Yeah, totally.
Fair.
215, I-15, one or the other. It's fine.
Yep.
That was my favorite. My first time my dad visited me here, he was like, they were driving up from Vegas, and he's like, all right, where do we go? And I was like, I don't know, take I-15 until it says, you're looking for Logan. Because I couldn't remember the exit off the top of my head.
Right.
My advice
It's
is
like the
always,
Brigham City
just
one.
punch it in your freaking GPS and
Yep.
then tell me when you're here.
Yep.
And then they made the mistake of getting off on, what's the one that runs
89?
through Ogden? Yeah, 89. They got off at 89. They're like, where are we? I was like,
Ogden?
yeah.
Oh, geez.
And I was
Yeah,
like, they were
right?
like, where are we going? I was like, no, you stay on the interstate until you get to like 362, I think's the exit.
I couldn't even tell you.
And
No,
they got on
like,
the Ogden.
go
and
to
I was
Brigham
like,
City.
Oh my God, just turn around, get on I-15. So mad. Like, why can you just?
All you have to do is say, go until you get to the rest stop when the rest
Yeah,
stop
right.
merges on, get into that lane.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
That too.
That wasn't the case, like, I don't know, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you pass RV World, you're almost there. That's how oh, there it is. All right, let's go.
RV World?
I don't remember what it's called, but it's over to the left when you're coming north.
I think you're talking about,
Is he talking about Sierra or Darren
No.
Badeau?
no, it's Camping World.
Yeah, that.
Or, what? No, KOA.
The
Sure.
the
I don't know.
KOA
It's on
that's
the
over
left.
in
It's near the exit.
When you get past Flying J.
the Flying J. Yep, over by Willard Bay, where all of the trucks were knocked over yesterday.
After getting your
When-
text, producer Butters, I was like, oh, because we took we drove to Tremont's the way it took us, and then took up the interstate that way to go on vacation. I was like, oh man, once we get back in the Utah part, it's gonna be super windy. Really wasn't that bad to drive back, and then we got into town, and there were trees and stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
There's still trees and
Well, they
stuff
said,
everywhere.
what, almost 70 here in Logan, and then like the U of U down in Salt Lake was
It was like
112.
Yep. Lots of wind.
Hurricane force wind.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
One of my favorites, one of the favorite memes that I've seen is something along the lines of, okay, how about a hurricane? Okay, great. We live in Utah. Cool. Make it happen.
I just like the.
It's what the 2020 is what I'm gonna.
I
Start
know.
saying
It's like,
now.
map, yeah,
I
that
just like
tracks.
the map of Colorado. Half of Colorado's frozen, half of Colorado's on fire.
Yep. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
there's a lot of craziness going on. I'm feeling Hercules when the earthquake hit.
I mean, let's see.
And there were the
We're
fires.
only in September.
Yeah. Which is also crazy to think about that it's September.
Yeah.
I know, and then
So I'm like, how?
I mean, can this year get any worse?
Why would you
Please
say
don't
that?
even ask that.
Why would you say
like,
that?
wow, we're all gonna get fired now. Thanks for that.
By the way, we had to drive through mountains to get to, because we went to Jackson Hole for vacation. And on the way back is when the wind had picked up. So it started snowing because it was raining down in
Right.
Jackson Hole. And then in Victor was the other side of the mountain. In the mountain, it was snowing.
Mhm.
And I unfortunately got stuck behind 3 California drivers who were terrified
Yeah.
of the weather. And I could prove it to you because when we finally were allowed to turn, because we had a stoplight that we turned to our campsite where our cabin was, they rode the brakes through a green light. They didn't turn. They did nothing. They were going straight through a green light. There was not a single car in front of them, and they still rode the brakes. Like, all right, just don't come. Just don't show up. Like, if you
Yeah,
can't handle
right.
it. It wasn't even snowing because we were down on the other side of the mountain. It was just
So Did
raining.
you go through Teton Pass?
Buy it, yeah. So that was fun, but it was ridiculous. They were going like 25 down the mountain. I'm like, I got it. It's snowing. I'm with it. I'm not saying you need to go the speed limit of 60 down the mountain, but 25, really? And then getting down off the mountain and going to down the road to the I think Victor is the name of the town. They riding their brakes. I'm like, you're going straight in rain. Even in California, you've had to do this at least once.
Right.
So is that the first time you've been in the Tetons?
No, it's the second time I've been. I enjoyed it. But yes, California driver, super obnoxious. Also, I saw most of the continental 48 states license plates,
Nice.
which
yeah.
was insane.
Which makes sense. I mean,
You're in a
especially
tourist town, so-
right, especially
know.
over Labor Day weekend.
But still, like seeing New Jersey, Connecticut, Vermont,
Mhm.
New York,
It's normal.
both Carolinas, Virginia.
That was one of the crazy things. Like when I was up in Montana, I mean, everybody was up there, especially because we were up there for 4th of July. And so there was like, Maine was there, which was crazy
see
because
Maine.
there were like 3 Maine license plates that I saw,
That's crazy.
which was nuts.
I
We
saw in
talked to
Alaska.
a guy from Maine, which was like, hey, so you're real, right?
Yeah, no, he's fake.
Cool.
Maine's fake. It
Ridiculous.
Doesn't exist.
Maine doesn't exist.
It's just America, Canada. That's all it is.
Can America.
That's all it is.
Camerica.
All right, as we discovered today, McCall said that if anybody calls you after 10 o'clock,
They hate you.
they hate you.
Period. They do. That is
I think I
it.
was listening to this, and I thought you said like 8 o'clock. I swear you said 8 o'clock earlier.
She said,
I said like 9.
yeah, she
Like if
said
anybody
9.
calls you after 9,
I said double
that's it.
digits because that's what it happened.
yeah. Because for me, people in my life know, like if you text me after 9 o'clock or you call me after 9 o'clock, basically 90% chance you're not getting a response. Either because A, it's 9 o'clock and I don't freaking want to talk, or B, I'm sleeping.
For me, it's don't call me after 10.
Yeah.
And then in the morning, don't call me after 9.
Yeah.
Until after 9. I mean.
I feel like
Don't call me after 9.
You know what? Don't call me at all.
yeah. Call me until 9 o'clock
Who
in the morning.
calls anymore?
Right. I feel like common courtesy, though, is what I was saying with it being 8 o'clock. I feel common courtesy is 8 o'clock. You can't call anybody after 8 o'clock because you don't know if somebody, like, if you're calling for any sort of like sales type thing or like if they have kids or anything along those lines. Like calling after 8 o'clock, I think is disrespectful. Unless it's somebody that you know. Like, unless it's somebody like
I mean,
I would call you after 9 o'clock if I needed something.
I would
you know,
call producer
I would
Butters
call
whenever I damn well please.
I would call AJ after 9 o'clock if
I'd
if I
answer.
need something.
if you get a
Butters.
response, I don't know.
Same thing.
I'm
Same.
just going to leave you just an infinite amount of voicemails.
You know, like my
That'd be
mom
fun.
will text me after like 9 or whatever and be like, "Hey, are you up? Can I call you?" if she needs to talk to me about something. But
That's just weird to me. Just call.
no, don't, because if I'm asleep and I answer my phone, I'm gonna be furious.
I got one
What's
for
the
you.
difference if you're gonna?
I got one for you. I have a family member who will call and then I'll miss the call or whatever. So as phones do, I get the notification I have a missed call, but then they'll immediately text and say, "Call me," and I'm like, I would have never guessed that. They do that.
Yeah.
See, I don't get that. My mom just texts to make sure. And if not, then I have the text message from the night before that she can reference in the morning, or I can send her a text and say, "Hey, sorry, I was asleep. What's up?"
Yeah, I don't do that. I just call.
I hate that one too. When I have a family member who will call and they don't miss and they won't leave a voicemail, so I'll text them later and be like, "Hey, sorry, I missed your call. What's up?" And they text me back, "Call me." And then I call them and it's not anything important. It's like, you couldn't just text that.
Right?
Like,
You couldn't just send me a text. What's your favorite?
All the
Apples
time.
or oranges?
Hey, do you mind taking care of this? Yeah. Why? Just text me. Like, why did we need to be on the phone for that?
Right?
Did not seem needy. You're burning up my minutes now.
You're burning up my.
Can you call me after
minutes.
9? Thanks. It's when my minutes are free.
You're not in my circle. Sorry.
That is so true.
Yep.
After 9.
Yep.
Who was the one that started at 7? Oh, it was Sprint.
Mm-hmm.
Sprint was 7 o'clock. I remember when we did the basketball and football high school games, we'd start it and then we'd have to hang up and recall back so it could be on the unlimited minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, unlimited minutes. Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's balling on a budget right there, literally and figuratively.
Wasn't yeah, right? Was it T-Mobile that had the My Faves or something?
They started it, right? It was like the
Fave
5.
Yeah.
Fave 5,
right,
yeah.
Yeah, I remember having that too.
Yeah, I was on
I
was on T-Mobile at that point in time.
I only have 3 people.
I didn't call him twice.
Hello?
I want double free minutes
Goodbye.
on this person.
I didn't have them or have that for very long.
I don't feel like it was around for very long. I don't think it
No.
caught on.
No, because then everyone was like, "Fine, have unlimited minutes."
Yeah. We got introduced to the 21st century, and they're like, all right. Unlimited text, unlimited
Fine,
minutes.
just
this
take
is
it.
stupid to pay for minutes.
I know, wasn't that the best thing is when they switched to unlimited texting and you're like, yes, I can text all I want. And then you never hit the limit that you actually.
Right? Man, I
there's
wish I could have
I
15,000
don't
text messages.
I don't even hit like 10,000 on my phone.
Oh, I do.
Nowadays.
Shoot. I'll have to look mine up right now.
Yeah,
Never
I've kind
do.
of gotten away
See?
from it. People listening right now are like, no, they're making this up, right? There's no way that this happened.
Psh.
I used to do 3-way calling on a handheld
Please,
phone.
AJ, we are live on Facebook right now. People know what's up on Facebook, okay?
Still,
The
Used to have a
people
phone-
that don't
used to
know
have a
what's up
phone with
are
a
not
cord
on
on it.
Facebook. They're like, you young hooligans, blah, blah, blah. It's fine. We got I'm going to look it up. I'm curious how many texts I've sent now.
4,
Hello?
6.
I don't know. I was
Text
just looking the other day and it was like,
Usage.
I don't think I even hit 5,000 at all.
Well, you only text like 4 people.
Yeah, pretty much. And then like my minutes, like I don't think I even used 500 minutes.
Nah, I'd never call anybody.
Unless like, I don't know. There's been like a few conference calls that I've been on that, push it over, but
But I'm going to call.
Da, 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 da.
I think cell phone companies realize that people don't talk on the phone as much anymore and they're like, okay, we're just going to make it unlimited.
I don't know. I can't find it.
And then the stupid thing is the way the data started working, because when it first came out, it was unlimited. You just paid $30.
Yeah.
Unlimited, everything, cool.
Unlimited,
And
all
then-
the stuff.
And then they're like, oh, too many people are doing this. Okay, so let's
Just kidding.
Let's tear that back.
I hated it so much because I didn't have
Rein it
data
in.
when we first got it, but I had one of those old flip phones that had that internet button in the center.
Yeah.
And so you
would
panic because
spin,
you
and it's
actually
like,
hit that.
"No!"
No!
Yeah.
You get scalded that you get beat to death if you accidentally use the
you
internet
used
because we didn't
2
have it.
megabytes and
Yeah.
it cost you $2.
Yeah. How dare you?
I didn't mean to click that.
I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry, Mom.
That was a nice trip down memory lane.
A little throwback, huh?
Always.
This has been the AJ and McCall Show.
After the show!